have seen from them so far.
All right, well, you were talking about Haven. It does get selected, but not by TBP. It will be picked by TNL. And we can see that TBP is going to be looking to take us to Bind. So Ascent and Icebox going to be banned away as we continue to kind of stray away from the Ascent play. It's been, few and far in between when we do see that map come through now.
Well, and I think particularly for TNL with the Reyna nerfs, I think they're trying to adjust to not being able to really dominate Ascent with the Reyna like we've seen in the past with Xe. So I think they're trying up some different stuff around that. Haven makes a lot of sense for TNL. It is their favorite map, no doubt about it. They're 1-1 on it in recent history, so they've been doing okay. And I think Bind's a great pick for TUBEPLE because this is actually one of the worst maps for TNL. If you go and look historically, they've got a 20% win rate. They're 1-4 on Bind. So definitely, I think Bind is a great choice here. Was one of the maps I had written down. I said either Haven or Bind are the maps that TUBEPLE probably wants to square off against TNL with. TNL, I thought maybe they might pick Split because Split is the map that TUBEPLE has struggled with the most, but it is what it is. They go for Haven. I think just a comfort pick here. We know that historically Haven has been the favored map for TNL and Vision Strikers as well, as they used to be sister teams. They both kind of really worked hard at it, really got darn good at it. So let's see what our agent lineups are going to look like. Is there going to be anything crazy here? It looks like it's pretty standard for TUBEPLE for what they play. Persia on the Phoenix, Babo on Jet, Anox on Cypher, Risk on Omen, and Haya on Sova is pretty standard for them.
Yeah, looking like Xe going to be going here for the Raze, Godlike on the Breach, and we know that TS is just going to be locking in that Jet at the end of the day. So nothing too shocking here from TNL, keeping it fairly stock standard. For Haven, we've been seeing a bit less of the Sentinels coming through in regards to the Cypher and Killjoy. They're just going to be opting in for a bit more raw power. But it seems like, Nox still going to be sticking through with that Cypher at the end.
Yeah, it's looking pretty normal. So, if you're curious about TUBEPLE, because you've probably seen a lot more TNL than you have TUBEPLE here on VALORANT Challengers Korea. So what you're probably going to see a lot of is Anox on C, which is pretty typical for the Sentinels on Haven. Persia typically hangs around the garage with his Phoenix or B. Really does a great job getting his curveballs inside of there, and getting picks inside of the garage is one of the things he's quite spectacular at, to be frank. And then the rest of it is pretty normal stuff, like Jet over on A, Sova, kind of roaming around usually on A as well, up in heaven, and that kind of thing. So for TUBEPLE, that's typically what you see from them. We'll see if that's the strategy and idea that they're going to carry over here into the game today.
There's obviously a lot of tape to study when it comes down to TNL, so let's see how many hours TBP has put in to learning the ins and outs of TNL and how they are going to try to pilot themselves on the first map of Haven. Let's go ahead and kick things off, guys. Challengers Week 3 starts right now. Map 1, Haven, TNL versus TBP.
And I want to say to the people watching at home, if you think TNL is just going to run away with this, don't count on it. I tell you what, this TUBEPLE team is good. They are solid, and if Babo plays like he did last week, Achilleos, there is a big-time chance that TUBEPLE can get this done. And I think the map picks for me favor TUBEPLE in terms of one of the best map setups they could have got. When I wrote it down, the two best maps I thought coming into this, Haven and Bind. Could have been their two best maps.
Well, let's see how they pilot it now. To start off on the defense here. Corner checks just coming out. Flash ready. Clearing the double stack. I haven't seen anything yet. Spike still being held very much in a non-committal spot, lurking around window at the moment, where we do see a pretty far forward push on the mini-map from Xe as he sits outside of B main. Gonna start drifting away, however. Looks like he might go for the garage hit. No, we'll go ahead. Rotate back around. Get set up for this long C push. There's 3 members nearby here to try and put a stop to this for TBP. Cam up top, looking to spot. You'll see the paint shells coming through. Risk sitting, waiting in the smoke. Turns around, but can't quite get the damage in. Does a little bit to Xe, taking him below half HP. He does fall first. Spike gonna get planted here at the default spot, where Persia starts to lurk up from C long. You can see his silhouette there. Getting ready to corner check. Gets the thing on to Godlike, but Godlike gets his head just a little bit sooner. Nox trades back 1. 3v4, now 2v4 on the attempted retake, and Nox with no HP will get finished off by these paint shells. 3 kills for Exi on the round. Aritzi has the final headshot. 4 members left standing. TNL take round 1.
It's a great setup for the retake here for TUBEPLE. They've got every angle you can possibly come from on C handled, and they're ready for it, but Godlike gets that big opening frag onto the long C area, and that really opens up a ton of space for TNL. And then, of course, Exi just doing Exi things. If he can't play Reyna, well then, give him the Raze, where we've already seen he can be very, very dangerous with those paint shells and other abilities that she brings to the table. So, see now TUBEPLE going full save here, just classics. I don't see much else in their hands. Of course, it's anti-eagle for TNL.
Flashes out, checking over at long again. Not pushing the corner far enough to give line of sight. Take a couple shots. TS, how much does he want to push this? Ooh. It was almost poor timing from him. He was checking that right angle.
Oh, they're pinging it. They think there might be somebody back there, or they just want them.
It.
Yeah. So they're a little worried that somebody might be back there, because with those classics in hand, you're expecting them to play up just like Ritzy was thinking there. But Risk is doing a great job there with the right click.
Oh, this timing. Oh, they push up, but they can't get Godlike. They actually don't even get any damage in onto him. The double push, however, was not expected. Persia does manage to find one, but TS is there to go ahead and capitalize. Trading that one back, but man, Exi, great headshot. Finds Anox. 2 members left standing here for TBP, but there is just not much HP between them.
I mean, this is quite fascinating that Exi just goes for the armor. He had a big 3-kill round, so he's going to have a lot of money coming into the next one, particularly if they're able to win this and already beat up are the last 2 members of TBP. So this is going to be rather challenging, but no reason to save it. If you could get one, even 2 more kills would be huge for TUBEPLE.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the lurk setup here. Like, he is going to poke out, see if he can spot anything. Will manage to find 1. Basically, now just you want to sit back. Well, he's going to charge into heaven. But like we're seeing from Risk, you kind of just want to sit back. If you kill somebody on the exit, that's great. Otherwise, he's just going to want to run into the spike explosion. He hears them coming this way, however. 22 HP, right click in a dream. Guns are getting juggled. They'll push the corner. Right clicks come through, but it's not enough to take down Exi. He will barely survive as the spike explodes, and TNL get their second round.
Yeah, but it's not bad for TUBEPLE. It's really okay to get 3 kills, get some big points in there, give yourself a little extra money, and give yourself an even chance. But I like what TNL is doing here with Exi. He gets 2 kills on that Ghost as well, on that Ghost round, so he saves a whole lot of money coming up here. And there you go. You can see here, he is dynamite with those Ghost headshots.
Now, he's still just racking it up. I don't believe he has a rifle coming into this round. Yeah, I think he's just still going to be operating here with a Spectre. So he is still just going to have Fat Stack saved up. And oh man, Persia! The unexpected aggro push out of B catches TS off guard. Great headshot to go ahead and shut him down. Flashes now as we get a fast execute over onto the A site. Plant will start to come through.
It's great recognition by Persia, knowing that TNL doesn't like to go into window much. He's able to get out into B relatively freely, get that pick.
Yep, it's huge. Curveball's coming through. Bobo dashing his way down onto the side. Persia manages to pick up a 3rd kill. Exi pushing the issue out of that. Being linked does manage to take 1 down. Exi helps trade another back. Starts coming through. There's the headshot. That's the wipe. And that is the defuse coming in here as TBP will put their first round on the board. A fantastic win in round 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big opening pick to get the Jet. That really eliminates a lot of the fragging capability that a team has. It also eliminates some of the smokes that they're able to throw down. So that's a really nice opener there for Persia. Great recognition on TNL tendencies. And now Exi still has a lot of money banked up, so he is finally going to buy himself that Vandal. There is a Spectre being bought for Godlike. He's full buying. He's not going to have any money. Same with Ritzy. So there's still some money saved in the bank. It looks like Exi's even going to give a little bit over to his teammates to make sure they can get all the guns that they're looking for. Bobo with that Bucky. We know how much Koreans love to Bucky.
Oh, yeah. Does have that in hand for now. Boombot not going to spot anything.
I want to point out, we're already seeing some early changes from TBP. They've got the Cypher over on A, the Sova on C, Jet hanging out in Garage. So they're throwing a completely different look to TNL than what we saw from them last time in terms of what they usually do. Now they might, go back to it here relatively soon. Risk waiting to see if anyone is going to come through the front door of B in that dark cover. You do have Exy right out there. Ooh, gets around the corner just in time.
Yeah, poor peak timing. Paint shells lobbed in, trying to get some extra damage onto that Omen. Doesn't manage to do so. Exy just going to be charging back, getting himself out to safety. Persia, in the meantime, finds another opening kill, this time onto Exy.
Huge first bloods, taking down two of the best players.
Yeah, caught him in the window, looks like, through the wall as he was trying to continue running out of there. So a good little repeat from Persia. Spike does get planted by TNL yet again here at the A site. Let's see if they can defend it a little bit better this time around. Revolt goes out, gets the flash here onto the Sova, pushes through the smoke, looks for the kill. Echo will get taken down, and Nox coming in at the right moment to help keep the fight going in their favor. Cleanup is there yet again, this time with 4 members left standing, only losing out on Babo, as we will tie things up 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, once they have the vision of what's going on in there, they swarm in, they don't hesitate. It's good curveballs again. This is why Persia really favors Phoenix on Haven, while you're seeing a lot of teams start to favor Phoenix on Haven. Those curveballs, there's a lot of really good angles you could take with it. A lot of those 50-50s that you can kind of negate coming around the corners with him. So he's doing a fantastic job, 5-2, finding those first bloods as well. But that ACS is going very, very well for Persia right now.
Yes, it is. Exy as well, still going to be quite all right. Comes out, Spectre in hand again. Can't afford anything else at the moment. So the boom bot to check. Scouting forward. Great pick from Babo. Finds TS out on long. He rotates all the way over to short instantly. Finds Ritzy, the showstopper from Exy. Gets absolutely nothing. Hot Hands gets lobbed in to cut off any other access from short. Does not matter. Everybody else has made their way to the A site, but good luck planting this spike.
The recognition by Babo to back off. Persia down and under. That flash, he's not able to get the kill. Exy's gonna get 2 around the corner!
Paint Shells gets lobbed into the smoke, but Babo from heaven comes in with the frenzy of all guns to take him out. Didn't want to risk trying to scope in with the operator. He saves it after Exy almost drags it back from the brink. A heroic effort from him to get some more cash in his pocket, but the round still goes the way of TBP.
Look at all this money Babo has after that. I mean, this is so good by him. I mean, just sensing exactly what TNL wants to do. Gets the opening in long, heads right over to short, picks up another one, and then gets the heck out of the site because all of a sudden all the utility is being thrown in there, and he knows that it's chaos, and he knows he's not going to be able to take advantage of that operator properly with all the smokes and other things obscuring his vision, so he's going to be patient. He gets back up into heaven and waits, puts himself in a fantastic position there.
Well, slowing things down considerably here is TNL. Drone forward onto the B site, trying to get a spot of Persia. They don't see him on that corner. Only get eyes on Hia. Where is it? Looks like it's just going to be another A hit. Ooh. Good cloud burst.
Yeah, they're really thinking about it here. And they've got the opening. There is the camera there for the Cypher, so he's going to see it, and then it's going to have to be the retake setup for TUBEPLE. A lot of stuff being used, but no one's home for this. So Nox is going to see it. Have they seen that camera? Okay, finally they did.
Yeah, they do. Hunter's Fury surprisingly not being used to try and stop the spike plant from coming through. Drone comes out. Echo in the meantime, he's got the Hunter's Fury rolling in, but Persia finds 2 off screen. Godlike and TS both taken down. Now Nox pushing in onto the site. Helps find a third. Just 1 remaining member left. It's Echo in the smoke with a Sheriff. Finds 1, pushes out, finds 2, and Nox finally cuts him down. Probably a bit more value than he should have gotten with that Sheriff. But TBP still come out on top of the round. They will retain 3 rifles here at the end of it all, but 4-2 is the scoreline.
Yeah, Echo doing a fantastic job. That dark cover in a great place for him to really kind of punish anybody who's trying to get on top of that spike there, and a little bit of a late smoke coming out from Babo allows him to take a couple members down before finally he's taken down himself. Watch just double for Persia, just dragging it down with the Vandal. Really well done here. Look at how he's doing this. He takes advantage of the smoke, catches enough of an angle off the side there coming out of it. Really well done.
Yeah, wonderfully played, just unfortunately not enough. Changing things up a bit. And oh man, Bobo just consistently repositioning, gets the headshot, wallbang through the box, takes out Exy. And, you know, like we were talking about before the show started, as you have seen in just these first 6 rounds, Exy is the most impactful player for TNL. So getting him off the board this early into a round is absolutely crushing for TNL.
I mean, every time they're, you know, TUBEPLE is finding one of the best members, whether it be TS or Exy. I mean, they're just doing a fantastic job isolating the best players. They're having Bobo move around with that operator. You know, he's doing a really, really nice job. Now, there is one here for TS as well. Bladestorm up if he needs to end up using that. So both of the Jets have their ults available. For TBP, there is the Neural Theft and Hunter's Fury in their hands as well. So they could definitely play this slow. This is great for TUBEPLE. These slow pushes right now really favor them in terms of the abilities they have available to them.
Yep. Holding that back angle at C, but now with the darts coming forward, that should be the cue. This is going to be an A-site hit again, and Ox pushes the corner. The blind, well-timed, does help take him down, but Risk over on the side, just lurking in the cubby. Over at short, finds 2. The Hunter's Fury to finish off Godlike, and suddenly it's TS just sitting here hoping and praying that he can somehow hold on to this operator and take somebody else out. He's got absolutely no money in the bank at the moment.
Yeah, if you're wondering why a Nox stepped out there to try to fight that, it's because Risk was over there. They knew they had a good crossfire setup. They knew that they could fight that, and they did. They end up getting the win, and they don't have to expend a ton. They do use the Hunter's Fury there, but they do not use the Neural Theft, so that's still available. Because again, Nox is buying time there, letting Risk and the others get into good positions to keep those crossfires up. They even have another reinforcing a Nox from that A-Link site, and it's very, very well done here by TBP. And even though Bobo's 4-4, he's having a huge impact in terms of these early picks, really setting the tempo for the team.
Yep. Oh, Bobo taking a peek out this time, boosted up in B, checking to see if somebody's going to come through the window. There's one lurking nearby. Would be pretty ill-advised of Echo to continue moving forward. Rotates to the other side.
Well, I think no smokes on either side has to alert TNL that there's something going on in B where they're trying to get another pick like they did earlier with Persia.
Very well be. Recon from Kia. Ooh!
Whoa.
Just gonna get tapped! The Vandal headshot through the smoke. Fantastically lucky pickup for Godlike.
None. Well, still hiding the spike in the back, and that opens up some room. There is the trap wire there, as the Cypher did set those up, set the camera up in C as well. And C has been left completely abandoned, except for, of course, the utility from the Cypher, who's hanging out in A heaven. Echo looks like he's going to bounce dart in there, see what's going on as they push in around through garage, knowing that that's open. And yeah, they get it relatively free.
Yeah, there's nobody here. Camera still set up. It's going to be a long and slow little rotation coming through. You can see Bobo still watching around mid just to make sure that there's nobody lurking nearby, providing some cover for his teammates. As the spike does get planted.
Yeah, long C plant. And so they can send one down in there. It's going to be the Omen. You got 2 coming garage, 2 from the alley for TBP.
Pushing forward, curveball comes out, they find Exy, Godlike managing to trade it back. Knives gonna be missing, but they miss in return. TS does not find the hit. Bobo takes one down, gets the tap. Operator's drawn out, but that's not the gun that you wanted. Didn't have any bullets in the chamber for the frenzy, so Godlike will take him down, will recover the operator. TNL will put a 3rd round on the board at last. 4 more to go in the half.
Yeah, it's just good pre-firing here from Godlike into the smoke. Just good smoke checking, I guess would be a better way to describe that. And that's what you have to do. If you're expecting someone to be up in that window, you got to spray a few shots in there. Keep them honest. You never know. You might get lucky, and in this case, Godlike does. And again, that opens up. Once garage is in your control as the attacker side on this map, you really have basically not, I don't want to say free access into C, but much easier access into C than you normally would. And that's really good recognition by TNL, taking advantage of that. Again, TBP has a pretty decent idea on how they want to adjust for their retakes, but this time it is just holding strong.
There's this deep lurk underneath the window right now from Persia, covered by Bobo. You'll hear the movement as they rotate around, but is he going to be prepared for this? Paint Shell's out to clear the cubby. They're predicting this, and they take him out. Great read from Exy, but a great push there from Risk. Catching Echo off guard, the timing of it.
That's TNL doing their homework. They know that from time to time TBP will go up there. Last time we saw it with Risk, this time it was Persia, but regardless of who it is, somebody is there for TBP and TNL. Doing a fantastic job recognizing that that was a situation where it might happen, and we've seen this now, this camera up in the leaves. They're going to wait to shoot it out. It's very hard to spot it when it's up there. It's very obscured by the plants. They do end up seeing it. Spike going down, and now the retake being attempted.
Yeah, Risk trying to come in from behind. Ritzy's going to be waiting around the corner on top of the box. Will take him out. Takes just a little bit of damage in that exchange. Bobo found one, so it's a 3v3 attempted retake here on the A site, where TBP has been absolutely wonderful at re-securing the Spike site. Showstopper drawn out. They try to pull back. Will not find anything, but Exy actually gets his Vandal realigned faster than Nox can draw out his gun. Kills coming through. Paint Shell's on the corner, takes down one. That's going to be a lob in on the shock dart. Exy holds it. 4 kills for him. The clutch is there. And TNL are just 1 round away from tying us up again.
I think Bobo misjudged a bit how far the secondary explosion from the paint shells goes. He stepped right into that more or less, trying to see if he could maybe he thought he was dead anyway, wanted to step into it, just see if he could get the operator shot off. Not exactly sure what was going through Bobo's mind there, but he does have enough money for 1 more operator round, but no armor this time. And for TBP, all of a sudden, those 5 rounds in a row that they won, all that money they had banked up is basically gone. TNL is now starting to take the upper hand, and TS going to be watching short A to see if anybody's trying to lurk out from there. Bobo back over into B, watching the window. Still spraying through these doors here to really keep this garage honest.
Yeah, that'll be dark cover thrown down. Bobo just continues to lurk in the back of the B side. Persia taking a couple shots through the door just to, see if he gets anybody. Hiding around that corner. Bobo gonna have to relocate after being spotted by the drone. They didn't get the dart off, so can't fully track his movements.
Yep, TS is now all the way in. The funny part is TS there's nobody again. So what TUBEPLE is doing now is they're leaving sites completely empty, playing for retakes, and they are just trying to see if they can find those all-important first picks. We've seen this many times. There you go. Persia gets Exy around the corner. Yep. Same spot where he was found almost last time.
Yeah, a great kill to find on the run it back. Things coming out as they creep their way here into the A side. Ritzy takes down Persia, however, finds him over in that cubby outside of window yet again. Now we'll look to just hold down the same spot over at A lobby. Cam comes up, did spot him, so they know that he's going to be lurking there. Bobo creeping around the corner. It's him versus TS. He's got to relocate, however, can't play through the dark cover with the operator.
Yeah, really good dark covers coming out to keep the op of TS in hand, to keep it from really doing what you want to do with it. Bobo's pushing up, switched over himself, going to jump over the boxes, check out what's going on. Gets paranoid, so has to slow up a bit.
Already lost one, but just like that, the explosion comes through in the back of the Rolling Thunder. 3 kills now. There's 1 remaining. The shock dart from Echo is absolutely massive. Finds the kill. Now the Hunter's Fury is there. They cannot get this to fuse. They'll push up behind, gun in hand, trying to hold on to the operator, trying to make it into the corner. Will be able to do so. Nox cannot clutch it, but Echo certainly can. 5-5, tied up with 2 more rounds and a half.
Yep, 3 big wins in a row. The good news for TBP is they're able to keep that operator going. So you can throw that back into the hands of Bobo if you so choose, or if you have a different idea for it, maybe a Nox feels like he might be able to get some value of it, holding on to either A or C, as we've seen him do right now. He's hanging out over at A, but we've seen him place his stuff. And look at this positioning by Bobo, getting a huge double from up on top of those boxes. Doing a great job recognizing that the vision on the floor is completely blocked. Who cares if I get on top of the box? And I can see a lot.
Uh-oh.
Well, and then he does that.
Sometimes he lives up to his name. Oh, an Ox? Hello? Okay, somehow missed TS's arm peeking out through the door frame and gets punished for it. So TS just finds 2 over at A long. And you can see that this causes a bit of a scramble here for TNL. Now they absolutely don't know which way to look. There's 2 members left. One of them is going to be pinned down. Curveball comes out. It does not blind. Wall will come up. They'll just play this patiently. make it seem like he's crossed over to the Spike site, but in the meantime, he's now the last one alive. They know exactly where the last remaining member of TBP is. This Spike plant is absolutely for free, and it's looking like TNL are going to be moving up 6-5.
Yeah, I mean, for Persia, you're just looking for kills at this point. There's no real hope that you can really get this retake done unless something just absolutely wild happens. But yeah, this is smart. There's no reason to waste your gun. You're already at an economic disadvantage right now with the comeback that TNL has been able to put together. So for sure, this is 100% the right play. Just wait this out. They know where you were. They know you're over at A. They've been waiting for you. They've got all the cross angles set up. If you come through, if you come through in front of B, you come through B lobby or whatever, they're very ready for it. So for Persia, time to chill. Spike goes off, and indeed, it is going to be the lead once again taken by TNL.
All right, well, last round in the half. Operator again going to be in the hands of Babo, going for the glass cannon. Does not have any armor, no way to buy it. And it was just a really odd play over at that A long, really strange miss from Monox, who scoped in, who just somehow didn't see TS. So a huge punish there at the hands of TS. Now, let's see how they pilot for this last little play. Aftershock already clearing this angle. Operator does come out on top. TS this time, the one to fall.
Yeah, this time Babo making up for the mistakes he had last round. No problemo. Coming up in there and getting that into the bottom of short A there. Now Persia just chilling around at A as well. The trap wire set up at the garage, and C this time. They're playing pretty far back, so TBP looks like they are really okay with allowing TNL to maybe get a little bit deeper, except at A. They're playing a little bit more forward at the A-bomb site. But right now, nobody had been putting any pressure over towards C. But the dark covers are coming down.
Yep. Hot hands just to keep them zoned back off of short. Really aggressive push here from Ritzy. Oh, spots one, takes a couple shots. Paranoia does go through. He'll retreat back over into the cubby. Dark cover goes at the cut off garage access. As Recon Bolt goes up top. Won't spot anybody, however. Exi gets himself out on the site, but a risk. Pushes the smoke, finds the kill. Very nice play from him, and now with 5 members left versus 3. Ults in hand as well. This is looking pretty decent for TPP's odds to tie it up, make this 6-6. Pushing into the garage, Risk finds one. Godlike trades it back. Now it's just the two of them, and they're playing in the same spot. Making noise, boost comes out over the top. Babo gives his life. Persia finds the kill here. Will get the finish on a Godlike. That will be the defuse. That is going to be 6-6 in the half.
Hell of a first half, no doubt about it. And TUBEPLE there with a really nice follow-up as we get ready to move over. It's just good job here by them, playing back, playing for the retake. Risk does a fantastic job here, being extremely patient, waiting right at the edge of the smoke, like you mentioned, Achilles, for that first pick on the entry from TNL. He backs up into the garage, waits in there, gets another. I mean, that's huge. That basically secures the round for TBP, getting those 2 kills and buying a lot of time as well.
Yep. Phenomenally done. I mean, both teams, really pushing the limits here throughout, but a great start from TBP after those initial 2-round losses.
Yeah.
They come back in on the 3rd, they get the win, and they just ran with it for a very long time. 5 rounds in a row, but then responded in kind, 4 back from TNL into that final round win from TBP. Now they go on the offensive, they get ready to attack. Let's see if they can get onto these bomb sites as cleanly as TNL, or if TNL can retake these bomb sites as cleanly as TBP did.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great back and forth, and as you can see here, Exi with some great plays. But it was those early picks for TBP that really set the tone for those 5 wins in a row. How are they going to handle that here on their side when they're on attacking? Are they going to be able to catch? Particularly TS really likes to roam around long A. You can see he's already set up here. Even after the pistol round, he will be hanging out here a lot, as most Jets do. in here in Korea. We see a lot of Jets that love this area. Immediately going to be sending out the dart, seeing if anybody's pushing into the A lobby there. No, indeed, there's nobody going through just yet.
Persia here at B. Does get taken down. Godlike, great headshot. Doesn't even take any damage, so just manages to strike first. Gets rid of that pesky Phoenix.
Yeah, Persia's crosshair placement just a bit off.
Oh, Godlike spots another. So now they'll know his positioning. The Paranoia will fly through. Paint shells out onto the site. Exy finds one. Does get taken out. Traded back. Zeko will also fall. Godlike finds the second kill before being eliminated. Now suddenly it's just a 1v1. The Jets squaring off against each other. And massive damage tagged onto Pablo. Finds him through the wall as well as he tries to exit. He just wants to get the spike planted. We'll get the 1v1 cam up as the spike plant will come in. As TS will creep his way here up onto the site. They barely miss each other.
It's going to be a tough one. Frenzy versus Ghost.
And now he's not sure, you know, did he go for C long? Did he rotate back around to the garage? It was the latter play. He gets the read on it. TS perfectly timed on that peak. And this will be another pistol round going the way of TNL.
Yeah, it's an absolute bloodbath over in B there, and there aren't many options left for Babo. Once he turns his back, he's got to go. And right behind him is TS trailing him. And like you mentioned, gets a ton of damage in there. And that really makes it quite easy for TS. And he just makes a good read as well.
Yep. Very nicely done. Something we're talking about that we actually haven't touched on just because it kind of like looked like he's plugged so naturally into the team, but Ritzy is of course here with TNL.
Yeah.
Replacing Bale, who had stepped in for the roster and played along them in recent weeks to get them, auto-qualified into week 3. He's back to coaching full time. And Ritzy, of course, comes over from Damwon Kia. So it seems like, Bale just kind of the interim fill while they waited to get a full-time replacement for Athena, who was previously on the roster. But Ritzy is just blind spraying through this smoke, and he has tagged up so many members. Look at the HP bars right now on the side of TBP. Instantly, the paint shells out from X. He manages to find one, and Ox going to be eliminated. There's still 2 very low members. The push up top. Ritzy, however, has already taken them out. The spike will not get planted, and Persia is all on his lonesome, getting ready to creep into the back of the site with 21 health. He can throw the wall to try to top himself up, but they'll know exactly where he's at. They don't see his head as he creeps his way into window. Echo, does he decide to pop up or just sit here? He'll just do that, but doesn't matter. Godlike finds him in the end. Wow.
Ooh, that's not the start that TBP wanted, and on this second round here, because they bought some guns there because they had such a good opening pistol round. It's the best pistol round you can basically have when you lose. You get the plant, you get 4 kills. And they had a lot of money, so they went for it, but the risk did not pay off this time around. As you saw, there were some Spectres and other things in the hands of TBP at the beginning of that.
Yep. It's glad that as I talk about Ritzy and his transition over, he just absolutely wrecks face on that defense. If he knew that he was being discussed actively on the broadcast. But I can assure you guys they're playing with a delay, so there's no way. There's no way for that to happen. There's no way for any kind of screen peeking to go on here. No sniping.
A lot of smokes used early to slow things down a bit for TNL.
Can you imagine how crazy that would have been if Persia just said, like, right here, like, does the ping and then headshot wallbang somebody on the back end of that? That would be like his Babe Ruth moment.
I love it. I'd love to see it. I love it when players just kind of have that sixth sense where they just, they're like, all right, somebody's probably coming through here.
Yeah.
I can probably just, spray through a smoke or a wall.
Your eyes do not deceive the UTS. Somebody did indeed just poke around the corner. Spike is going to get rotated back. Exy, however, holding down garage, catches a Nox unaware. And with that kill, they say, okay, maybe we do go to A.
Yeah, Nox trying to be sneaky there in garage, but not fooled at all is TNL with him trying to sneak up through that dart cover. Here comes the utility, a dart around the corner, Godlike ready. Potentially, it looks like it's the blind here. Yes, indeed.
Yep, comes out, pushes the corner. Smoke. The Paranoia not there in time. Babo will fall. Spike going to be dropped now on the A main ramp. An absolute bloodbath here, but as the kills come through, it is very much green on the left side of that kill feed. So only losing out on 1 member. TNL They take a third round in a row in the second half. They move up to 9. 4 more to go ahead and close out map number 1.
Yeah, I mean, Xe just putting in some great work with his Raze play. Some
He's 2.0
excellent,
right now.
I know. His
KD.
That's what you would expect out of this guy, I feel like. I mean, his paint shells have been insanely good. Just bouncing them in perfect spots. Great timing on him. Getting up on top of the boxes there. We saw a lot of good verticality out of Razes the other day, and he's taking advantage of it. Of course, you know, Ritzy got the kills, but put himself in a great job. TS is just blasting in here.
Oh my God, he is just plus forwarding into everybody. Finds a Nox back in the spawn. I know that he retreated over there, but I mean, the aggression, the amount of just all gas, no brakes here from TS. Sends himself straight into the attacker's spawn and finds 2 kills. Now it's just Babo and Persia
the spike
trying to retake the spike. Yeah, it's right outside window, outside of A lobby.
I mean, that just goes to show you how good TNL is. I mean, we talk about Xe, but TS is very, very capable, very talented, as you just saw there in a box. Trying to be sprayed through onto him, but not really going to catch much there. Persia trying to take advantage of this dark cover, seeing if he can maybe catch somebody hanging out in the plants by the garden as they look to try to get through here and see if they could somehow, some way turn this around. But they're already well beat up. Babo less than half health. Here comes the Blaze out around the corner. Babo's going to get one, but it's going to be traded quick.
Oh, takes him low. Oh, just can't quite get the tap there on it. Yeah, 7 HP remaining for him. It still would have been so very difficult because Xe would have been the last one alive there to clutch it for TNL. But at least made that a costlier round for TNL than it was otherwise going to be. But, I mean, that being said, the economy is still very much in shambles for the side of TBP, and it's incredibly strong. Xe's got 8,100 banked at the moment. TS just bought an operator, still has nearly 3K. I mean, what a start. It's just unreal.
It's just huge. I mean, getting that far into the back lines of any team is going to cause a heck of a lot of problems. Fault lines, explosions all over the place in A. Ritzy down there, but Persia's going to get him with the Sheriff.
Yeah, great start. Xe pushing forward, though, manages to find 2. Takes out Persia and Babo. Will retreat with 20 HP remaining. Just like that, they'll lose 1, but they'll trade it out and keep a man advantage. So 4-3, TBP. Just getting shut down at all angles. Not ready for this level of aggression to come out from TNL on the defender side.
Yeah, I love the changeup from TNL. They've been playing back for a lot of this second half past the pistol round, and now they are getting a little aggressive. And now, of course, it's going to slow up a little bit, but already establishing that 2-1 lead like you were talking about. So camera checking into mid. So it looks like they're going to swing it towards C. The pings have come down. And for TNL, nobody in there just yet. Dark covers are out, so I assume the push will be happening momentarily here.
They do start inching their way forward. Recon bolt out in the back. Does get cleared by TS. They'll check the smoke with a shock dart just in case somebody was lurking in the backside, trying to rotate over to deny the spike plant. Does not happen. Blinds come through. Everybody getting themselves out of line of sight. 2 in the garage, and he has got a great headshot to go ahead and shut down TS while Risk lurks his way around through the defender's side and knocks with the Sheriff of his own, finds one as well. Risk playing this one out patiently, showing his patience with the trigger finger. Hunter's Fury used, Xe finds the knocks, but Risk comes up from behind, does manage to eliminate him. Now goes to draw out for the dark cover and will get shut down. He is here, needs to stop this plant.
All right, well, it was a recon dart there, didn't go
He's
for the shock. He's going to have to get in there.
And the shock dart, it's just us. Oh, man, the timing.
TNL got it.
Not even half a second, 0.2 seconds late for the shock dart. TNL, they get the round. That is a heartbreaker for TBP.
Yeah, again, the timing's just a little bit off for some of these teams on these spike defusals. And this time it's Haya just a hair too late, just an absolute microsecond too late. Good push here by Persia, but then it's Xe getting the wall bang and a head shot. And Risk trying to buy as much time as he can. There's the Hunter's Fury trying to help him out a little bit there as well. And look at this, reaching out again is TNL early.
Okay, well, Xe going aggressive here. Oh, that's the spike down over at C long. They've already lost 2. Only Echo falling on the side of TNL. Run it back is here from Persia. Moves his way out, but he doesn't get to the site there on the breach. Neural Theft going to be used, can't flip to the side fast enough. Ritzy will just go ahead and take Anox's head off. And it is just absolutely brutal. TNL continuing to push the pace faster and faster in every single round.
Yeah, this is starting to fall apart here. TS gonna take a shot in desperation, just missing. Persia gets one, curveball around the corner. TS on his left, does he? No, he doesn't! Oh no.
He completely misses him. Heard the tailwind out. He thought that he went back up through C long to get his way over towards the site, maybe tuck into the cubby. But no, he just went straight into the wall.
Oh boy. Yeah, it just looks like right now TBP is just kind of falling apart mentally here.
I mean, look at the streaks. It started so well for them. Then as soon as 4 rounds get picked up in a row, for TNL, they stop the bleeding for a single round. They tie it up, and then it has just been 6 straight since the half swap.
Yeah, they haven't won one in the half. I mean, TNL might have a perfect half here. It could very well happen.
Oh, there's the lurk. XE does get spotted out. Recon Dart managing to help pick him up, but Hia will fall at the same time. And again, it's just no matter what, they only are able to trade one back. Godlike lurking into the garage, finds Anox yet again. And this is just, put a fork in it. It's done. It's over.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It's going to take a heck of a miracle right now. Risk and Bobo chilling out. Spike in the back still, waiting to find some kind of opening. But TNL is smothering them. And there's, ooh, Bobo, okay. Got TS there. That's going to open up A if he wants to go. But he's immediately looking over towards Garage. Seeing if he can get them, trying to get a little aggressive.
Yeah, really delayed reaction there. From TS, Bobo is able to strike first, creeping his way forward, wants to move forward onto the B site. Echo is there.
Well, this will be unexpected, I think. I would have thought they'd go A.
I mean, that would have been the better play. This is actually the read here from TNL. They're expecting this to be a B or C push. Godlike makes his way out, now can push in behind them up through mid. Okay, and now they're going to reroute their way into the A site. So the Rolling Thunder actually not going to hit anything. Risk will move up into heaven. I actually really like this rotation. Good decision making, especially with that Rolling Thunder. They knew that they could not stick around. This is a very aggressive plant spot. Tailwinds his way into hell just to stay safe. Vault line going to be used. Aftershock as well. Bobo taking out Echo, finds the kills. Now it's Risk in a 1v3. Not ready for it. Echo on the flank will finish him off. That is the 13th round here for TNL. Only 6 able to be picked up. A perfect second half from TNL. They